right, so the aftermath of the storm. Actually, my neighbor had come over with his bobcat to see if we needed to be bailed out. This is our worst drift here. It's not that bad, but apparently my neighbor, he couldn't move his vehicle at all. So I'm like, look at this. I think it's like 1 degree right now. With the sun, it feels warm. I mean, I've got my toque just so I feel a little more Canadian. Canadians call a beanie a toque. Some snow got into the garage. There's some drywall stored in there. The drywall for the garage, so I had to go sweep that off. All in all, this was a pretty fun little storm, kind of mild, except for the fact that my neighbor's wife works in town and she couldn't even get back home last night. She had to spend the night in the hotel. She had to get a hotel there. They had the highway, the #1 highway, closed. People were stuck in all the little towns around here. Everybody was like stuck. There were kids that the school buses stopped running yesterday, so they had to either find friend's house or the school was letting them stay there as long as they needed to. So it was a bit of a crazy storm. It feels so incredibly good to be catching up on orders. Like, look at all these orders shipping out today. It's fantastic. Tomorrow I'll have a few little Kydex orders to do, and then like I am like this close to 100% caught up, and oh, it feels so stinking good. What a difference a day makes. Like, you know, to think that yesterday we had this blizzard and snow and everything else, and then today, I mean, the snow's almost gone, blue skies. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous. Get that sun on there, man, just like melts everything, and now it's a great highway. This is good. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for places. Oof, there we go. Looking for places where people hit the ditch. Just kind of gives you, I always like to pay attention. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah. I always like to pay attention to where people hit the ditch and think about that next time I'm driving in foul weather, because a lot of times it has to do with the way the road is. You know, maybe you're coming off of a turn or there's a bump in the road, people lose traction. I always like to pay close attention to where people are hitting the ditch. Sometimes it's just their own error, it's just that they're bad drivers, but sometimes it actually has to do with the road design and the setup of the road. Something you need to think about. There's a victim. Another one. Clearly, this was a bad spot. Here we've got one vehicle right here, one up there, and one up there. This is a little heavier. Ugh. One right here, one right here. So I'm thinking this is the line of traffic that was stranded like out by Bazzano or Brooks, like the next town down this highway. I've never seen this road in Strathmore this busy. What I've got to do right now is I've got one leg of power in my shop here, and that's the leg that powers most of my lights. The other leg that I need to get run in, and I need to get some supplies to run a more permanent solution to the house, come from the house to this. For the interim, I'm just gonna run on my little generator, Yamaha something 3000 watt generator. It works great, runs like a champ, super good on fuel, nice and quiet. So I think for the next week or so, I might have to run on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and wire a plug in for that, move that to a decent location, kind of behind the shop here, and get that powered up so that so I can get this guy rolling again. runs. So that thing has an auto on-off switch, and basically when it senses a load, then it ramps up. I'm gonna have to turn that setting off so that it's just like always running high. I think that's the way I'm gonna have to do it. So let's do that and give it a try. Okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, I really hope this works. Let's give it a shot. Oh no. Ah, we blew that overload. This might not be good. How could I be drawing 23 amps at startup? Okay, that one's fine. I'm gonna take this belt off and just loosen it and see if we don't have that on there. The circuit that I had running this was a 20 amp circuit. I don't know if it's just because it's a generator, the way it makes its power, but oh man. Just think what this means if I can't run my grinder right now. That would suck. Alright, so we sort of got it working most of the time. Come on. There we go. Probably not ideal, but some of the work I have to do right now, I'm just gonna run with it. Hopefully in the next couple days, we'll get a new power line put in so we can have this thing hooked up properly. Well, progress is happening really well. Really excited with how much I'm getting out. Like, this is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think 19 packages went out today. That is so exciting. 6:06. The chill is starting to come back to the air. It's getting a little bit cool, so I'm gonna sharpen these little knives up real quick. I get asked a lot of questions about the paper wheels. People are like, well, first, a lot of people are like, can I have your paper wheels? Well, I still use them. They're super fast. They're very, once you've got the feel of it, once you're kind of set up with it, they do a really good job of sharpening. I put my radio, my phone right here so that I can catch the Wi-Fi, so that I can stream Minnesota Public Radio, thecurrent.org. I love listening to that station. Anyways, back to the paper wheels. I still really like using this sharpening system. I'm well versed enough in it now that I get really good, really consistent results. So it's one of those things. I mean, I've got paper wheels, I've got the Wicked Edge, which is just fantastic. The Wicked Edge is, in my opinion, it is the superior system that I have. And then I also have the TS Prof, the Russian, the Wrangler Star Sharpener, and that is a fantastic system as well. But sometimes I just like to kick it back to the old paper wheels because they work so good. Again, if you're unfamiliar with these, they've got this, they're basically paper wheels, and they're called the Razor Sharp Edge Making System. You mount them on a bench grinder, and this one has a diamond abrasive, or a silicon carbide abrasive. You glue that onto here with carpenter's glue, and then this side is just paper, and you use a white jeweler's rouge for this one. And then these slots in here, I believe they are for cooling, to keep this wheel from getting too hot. This is still a fantastic system. I'll show you really quickly how effective it is. That leaves a pretty good bevel on there. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog right there. It is getting pretty cool in here. Gonna head and have some supper, do a little more computer work, ship some stuff out. And then tomorrow again, I've gotta go to the post office, but hopefully we can get on to knife building tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to do that. You can click this little circle right here. And then I've got a couple other videos for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.